Welcome to the Happy Being Well podcast, where we talk about strategies and insights so you can live happy being well with your host, Rita Ferrugia. This podcast is presented by happybeingwell.com, your online store providing the best in all natural wellness products, such as natural essential oils, all natural bath products, all natural facial masks, all natural deodorants, irresistible leggings, crystals, including crystal home decor and kitchen items, herbal teas, natural sleep aids, and so much more natural wellness goodies at happybeingwell.com. Free shipping on any order within the USA at happybeingwell.com. Now enjoy the show.
Hi, guys. Welcome to another episode of Happy Being Well. We have another exciting guest today. This is the first time we've had an aromatherapy expert on the show. Her name is amyanthony, and I'm really, really excited to talk about aromatherapy. As you know, Happy Being Well is all about aromatherapy because we provide essential oils to our customers. And, I, for one, love essential oils, but also love burning sage. I'm a big, big fan of aromatherapy. So it's such a pleasure to have Amy on to really explore aromatherapy. Like, I didn't even realize there were, you could work with an aromatherapy expert and one-on-one, and she can customize, your aromatherapy for you and such. So, Amy, welcome to the Happy Being Well podcast.
Hi, Rita. Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure that you're here. I'm excited. So, for a lot of viewers, I think most people understanding aromatherapy is like the aromatherapy diffuser, plug it in. I guess the basic go-to everyone's familiar with is lavender, to help with sleep and relaxation. But aromatherapy can be used for a variety of reasons, not just to help you go to sleep. It could help. I, for one, love peppermint oil while getting work done. There's a lot of oils out there to help increase your concentration, mental alertness, even mood to make you feel a bit happier. So talk to us. Like, a lot of people, of course, always looking for ways to be more productive. So I'll just start off with that. What do you recommend, to have by your desk while working to boost your productivity, concentration, and focus?
It's a big question, and I have some oils that immediately come to mind, but I just do want to stress something about one thing I love about aromatherapy is that we work with essential oils, and we know that they can be applied topically, but I think you've already alluded to this, that when we smell them, they are very impactful. We don't even have to put them on our body. So through olfaction or smelling, a lot can be done. And on that note, it's also very sustainable to do that, to work drop by drop, realizing how much plant material it takes to create a little bit of essential oil. But the ones that come to mind, right, the greatest hits, rosemary. There is a research that rosemary helps with memory, mental clarity, and memory retention. And a lot of oils do this. Because someone might hate the smell of rosemary. So if you don't like it, you could turn to another oil, because a lot of oils bring clarity and help form memories. That's one of the powers of scent. And to segue, I have other oils to share, like frankincense is one. And I'm preparing for a workshop this Wednesday in Brooklyn, New York, on sacred oils that I will be preparing and having an immersive experience. And frankincense is one that has some research around it, how it works directly with the brain, in the spine, in the brain, with the TRVP3 pathway, some components. Smelling brings a sense of calm and openness to the mind and reception. So let's say you don't like the rosemary, you could turn to frankincense. The world has its aromatics, so there's many to choose from. I could go on, but
No, those are really, really great oils. Frankincense and rosemary to help with your mental performance while working at your desk. And of course, all those can be found at happybeingwell.com. It's a good point that you brought up too. You can not only smell them, you can actually, a lot of people forget, you can apply them topically. So for me, for topical uses, one of my biggest uses is, during my female cycle, I always love to rub, lavender on my lower abdomen, and it really, really helps soothe, those female cramps, right? It's really, really a big helper. Of course, headaches, peppermint oil, a little bit of peppermint oil on the forehead and the temples. But I even put lavender on too when I have headaches. It helps a lot. So can you speak to us other ways people can use the oils topically? I think the topical one is often overlooked because we always smell, right?
It's interesting because smell is very powerful. We're interacting with receptors, memory retention, and we're forming new memories. But also when you're smelling, this is going into your body too, into your bloodstream. And where our whole nasal passage is highly innervated and vascularized, lots of blood. And these essential oils love lipids. They love to work with our cell membranes. So just by smelling a little bit, you are actually also getting it into your body. But topically, please dilute your oils because straight oils can be very potent. Sometimes applying directly undiluted is okay, like lavender on a bee sting, amazing, right? But topically, I've worked like with you said, for you, like your menstrual cramps, aches and pains in general. This includes arthritis for some people. Young people have arthritis too. If you make a nice ointment or salve at a 5% dilution, it's like 60 drops in 2 ounces of oil. You can make muscle aches, pains after a workout, topical beauty care. I think I've seen you had a post about skincare. You could make yourself a beautiful face oil or body oil with 1% dilution of essential oils. That's just a tiny bit. It's like 6 to 10 drops in an ounce, if that. But we could work with a lot. So skincare, general well-being, because essential oils are antibacterial, antimicrobial. They are wound healing. They promote skin regeneration. Hence, like lavender helps to actually close wounds and bring things together. So you already mentioned headaches. So there's a lot of our general woes of life. We could turn to essential oils when needed topically.
Yeah, and also, you can make your own all natural deodorant using essential oils, toothpaste, skincare, your own skincare items, even your own home cleansing products, using lemon, peppermint. Those are all very cleansing. And so it's limitless. It's like you can do so much with essential oils. Your own perfumes. I love making my own perfumes, and you can really have fun with it. I like to use like a watery based perfume with the essential oils and herbs, and they just smell lovely if you let it just ferment after a while. It's really, you could really have fun with essential oils for a variety of reasons. And also rosemary could help stimulate hair growth. I love to put, rosemary, rub it on my scalp. It just feels so soothing when you do apply it. Of course, with a carrier oil like coconut oil, which, for listeners, you can also grab coconut oil on happybeingwell.com as well in the essential oil section, so that it's not irritant on your skin when you apply it directly on your skin. So what are some of your favorite ways to use essential oils in your day-to-day practice?
It's a really interesting question. I just do want to share, you mentioned a lot of things you could do with essential oils. And by the way, consider myself a resource for folks. I have a lot of articles on how to make your own deodorant with essential oils with some guidelines. I have classes on how to clean with essential oils. So there's a lot to do with them. It's just setting your intention, actually. It's like, what am I doing? And being really mindful about how we're working with these, because it takes about 350 pounds of flowering lavender tops to get a pound of oil. And that's not a hard, statistic. It changes by the season, but we have to be really mindful when we're working with these. So Sorry, you asked me a question and it
It's,
totally went out my brain because I'm thinking about so many things right now.
I know this. I know because there's just so many things you can do with the essential oils. I said, what are some of your favorite ways to use essential oils in your day-to-day
Yeah,
practice?
my day to day. That is interesting. So daily, I have a facial oil I will apply, or right now I'm running. I have a cream I apply daily, and then I'm going to take a break from my oils because your skin does need a break from essential oils. You should always have a little rest. But I am always working on workshops. I'm writing. I have like over 300 oils in my life plus. So I'm always with them, smelling them. One way I like to work with the aromatic plants is like this morning I made myself a lemon balm tea that's with the actual herb. Because that's one thing that's exciting for me as a teacher and as a practitioner is to introduce people to the plants and love
Mm-hmm.
the plants and to connect with nature. So the answer to your question is I'm with the oils every day in some capacity, but I really try to incorporate the plants into my life through cooking, through making tea. And sometimes, like, honestly, I just decided I needed cypress in my life. And we could talk about cypress if you'd like. And
Yeah.
I started to carry cypress around with me for the past few days. And I put a little drop on my wrist. Again, you should always dilute, but I did that really intentionally before because I feel I need the strength of cypress in my life right now.
Mm. So for viewers out there, what is Cypress? Why Cypress? What does Cypress do?
Yeah,
And
so
and
Cyprus, Cupressa sempervirens, the Latin name. We should always look at the Latin name to know we're getting the correct botanical. Um, Forget about, like, it is great in a deodorant. It's great for working with varicose veins and tightening. It's a very astringent type thing physically, but emotionally, I'm looking for inner strength. I am working with transitions within myself right now, and Cyprus has historically been worked with for marriage, death, transitions from one place to another. And Cyprus is interesting because when it's harvested, if you know what the plant looks like, people don't, please look it up online, like Van Gogh's paintings, those tall, straight cypress trees. We harvest the cones, that's the sexual organs, the little twigs plus the leaves. So it's a very complex chemistry than, let's say, white pine, where you just get the needles. So there's a bit of maturity and somberness to the oil. It's a bit serious, and it holds space to transition through things. That's kind of a little bit about Cyprus.
Interesting. And so for someone like you, I'm interested to know what are some of your favorite essential oils?
all, all of them.
I know, right? It's especially when you get to know them so intimately. I would say it's really hard to choose. It's because there's just so many
Yeah,
benefits.
but to answer your question, for your wonderful listeners, think of seasonally. We all every day we're different people. I live in New York. You live in California. Different seasons, different geographies. Currently, Cyprus, but I'm turning a lot to Juniperus virginiana, or you could call it the American cedarwood. Grounding grandfather energy, very quieting, very centering, and I honestly, seasonally, sometimes I'll just be sitting around and suddenly someone just pops into my head, like, I must spend time with that. Like, I never worked with clove. I never felt the pull for clove. And for about 3 to 4 weeks last year in November, I needed the warmth of clove. And I started to blend it with rose and some other beautiful oils to make myself this really lovely blend I needed at the time. So for your listeners, like, um, if someone just pops into your head, it might be subconscious, listen to that. And maybe you want to go buy the food or buy the essential oil. Be like, maybe that's something you actually need right now.
Yeah. This conversation is making me want to go and, make some, grab some essential oils and make some like perfume,
Mhm.
and explore new scents. It's such an exploration, isn't it? It's really truly an exploration, learning about new essential oils, smelling new scents. It's a discovery process, and it's so fun because it's so therapeutic, and a lot of them do smell lovely.
Yeah.
So do you use any of the essential oils for, you know, a part of, because since you're so intimate with them, because you mentioned tea, right? So are you using them for any other purposes like beauty, for around the home?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so the tea I'll take the plant itself, right? But the oils, like I mentioned, my face oil, body oil, I make my own creams. I do make my own deodorant. So I didn't use it today, but I did over the weekend. They're intimate with me in that way in body care. I do have them in the bath. I like to take a ritualistic bath, and my intention is to take one tomorrow night. I also use the hydrosols a lot. So for folks that might not know what a hydrosol is, should I get into that?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
When we distill the botanicals to obtain the essential oil, we're putting that plant material into a chamber. We close it all up. We inject steam into it. So you have this dance of heat, pressure, steam, and overcomes the essential oil in small amounts, and it's carried on the steam. And when it hits the condensing units, you could look this up online on distillation. You could look on my website. I have stuff. You get the forever changed water and the essential oil. So many people know rose water. That's a great example. Many people relate. So the hydrosols have a lot of therapy. They are therapeutic, and I love to put a cup or 2 cups in the bath of, let's say, rose or something. And maybe right before I get into the bathtub, I'll put in, this is so bad of me, but I love spikenard and angelica root in the bath. They're very grounding oils, very sensual in a way. And I'm already looking forward to my bath.
I know. I love taking long hot baths and putting the essential oils in along with bath bombs, which you can make your own bath bombs too, because the bath bombs have essential oils in it as well. And it's just so relaxing and soothing, and you're moisturizing your skin afterwards. For me, it's a great way to practice my meditation practice, especially on days when, you had a lot going on, you have a lot on your mind. It can be very difficult to meditate, without that extra helper of calming your nervous system down. So when you get into the warm water alone calms your nervous system down. So it's just so easy to get into meditation because you're so calm and relaxed. Your mind will just go there easily, as opposed to not being in the warm water. You have to concentrate more to get into that meditative state. And I liked how you said that, you take your bath sometimes with intention. So, I do that too. Sometimes I may do like a self-love bath, and have a self-love meditation. Or, sometimes I create my own meditations, because I have meditation, like a guided meditation of my own accord, because in a way, sometimes I think they can be more powerful that way, because it's like a hypnosis. So I'll have listening to my own guided meditation that I've recorded, or somebody else's that I really like, that I really enjoy, or sometimes it's just a quiet meditation. And I'll have the aromatherapy diffuser diffusing, and I have the essential oils in the bath. I close the lights. I light the candles. And sometimes it's either the aromatherapy diffuser diffusing lavender is my go-to to calm me down, or love sage. So I'll just like to burn the actual incense. And then, of course, even just looking at the incense burning is very therapeutic to me, because I just love watching the smoke dance in the air and go into twirls. It's very hypnotic, and it puts you into a trance-like state as well. So yeah, those are some of the ways that I like to incorporate my baths as a part of my, I guess you could say, spiritual practice, personal development practice, and so yeah. Now I feel like I want to take a bath tonight.
I hope you do. I want to touch on something you brought up that I think is very important to stress and reiterate. is that to have the diffuser going in the bathroom while you're in the tub is a very lovely way to have essential oils with you in the bath, because there is controversy around having essential oils in the bath. They float if they're not properly dispersed. If you have some intense oils in there, like peppermint on a shaved underarm, ouch, it's not going to feel great.
Mm-hmm.
So I do what you do as well. Sometimes I do put the oils in the bath, but I prefer to put them in a diffuser because you are surrounded then by the oils, and you're getting that therapy, and you have less concern about essential oils in the bath. And there's been controversy. If you look for it, you'll see it about people. You should never put oils in the bath. There's ways to do it, like 1 or 2 drops. But I love that you're diffusing in the bathroom.
Yeah, well, I think this is why bath bombs are so great, is because the essential oil, is mixed in with the clay, and it all just kind of dissolves very beautifully into the water. And you're getting all of those, great natural ingredients to come and feel, to add more relaxation to your bath. And of course, adding, Epsom salt, some bath salts, natural bath salts into the water help with the calming relaxation as well, muscle relaxation as well. So someone's starting on their journey to aromatherapy, because as a lot of people do suffer, we live in a very stressful society. So it's very common for people to have sleep problems, headaches, high stress as a result, and those symptoms can create those, such things, living in a very demanding North American society. So what are some of the easiest ways for somebody to embark on this journey to incorporate aromatherapy into their day-to-day lives?
Well, I know you have some of this on your website, but one of my go-tos, let me backpedal. Get to know some oils, get to know some friends. Maybe you have a farmer's market or there's a local garden. If you can go and meet some friends and smell them, or smell some essential oils in person, that'll kind of give you need the direct experience. But one thing I love are the roller balls. So I feel like I should grab one of mine right here. Roller balls are really fabulous to incorporate in your life. And I have personal experience. I live in New York City. Whenever I find myself getting really agitated, I like to make myself a roller ball blend. Let's say it's just straight lavender. Geranium's another nice one that's really balancing. You kind of pick what resonates with you. There's so many oils to choose from, and we could talk about that. But I want to share that if you have your roller ball and you apply it once a day, and one thing I like to do, I have my roller ball here for allergies, by the way. This helps me stop my allergy response. I like to roll the roller ball for anger, frustration once a day when I'm leaving my apartment, on the elevator, or walking out my door onto the street. I will 1, 2, 3 on one side under my jawline, and 1, 2, 3 from ear to the middle of jaw, 1, 2, 3. I do that once to twice a day, and keep with it, folks. Yes, you might find you change a little bit. Maybe you're less irritable, but notice that essential oils are sneaky. You have to pay attention and bring the mindfulness to yourself. The oils are doing their magic, but you need to pay attention. I find with daily application for a set amount of time, maybe it's 2 weeks or 3 weeks, daily application, stuff starts to shift after about the 3rd day. You might, and this is the thing about essential oils, they do not cure the thing. That's your job. You need to find the root cause, but they help. So they help take the edge off. Whatever that is, maybe it's the mental fatigue, stress, anxiety, can't sleep so well. So it takes the edge off. It won't get rid of something. That's the thing, because we're the ones that have to do that emotional work, right? Or find the reason I can't sleep. But when you realize that about essential oils, it's very powerful, because for myself, when I've done this over the years, and I've been studying since 2012, I've been certified since 2015. You just notice, like, oh, can I swear? I don't feel so I don't feel so irritable. Wow. That happens to me after I notice, like, when I've been working with a blend.
That's a great point. Yes, the roller balls. They're like it's just a little. It's like the little bottle, and it has a roller ball at the end, and you just quickly apply it on your skin. It's so great if you're on the go.
Mm-hmm.
If you're at a social party, or you're at your desk at work, or you're driving and you're getting stressed out, and just go in your purse, or just leave it in your car, your little car compartment. Open it up and just roll it on your. You can roll it on your neck, the back of your neck, your
Mm-hmm.
wrists. And it's just a great way to have aromatherapy on the go.
Yep.
Another thing that I like to do sometimes if I don't have a roller ball with me is if I have the actual essential oil with me, um, then I'll apply it on my palms and I'll rub
Yep.
my palms together and then smell it, to get that aromatherapy dose. Yeah, it's just really great to have on the go, especially when you're navigating around your day-to-day life and you're around people that are challenging or difficult. It's always great to have them in your purse.
Yep.
And especially especially the workplace, because we all know the workplace can be so super stressful. So, having them with you and then we go into the bathroom after a meeting and then, grab your roller ball or your essential oil little bottle and just apply it on the palms of your hand and then smell, in the privacy of the bathroom, right?
Yep.
So, um, yeah, and having them by your desk as well, in your cubicle, your office. So those are really, really great tips. I
Yeah, I
forgot.
love
Yeah.
I love that you brought up direct palm inhalation, like you said, because when you put that one drop on your palm, and you do this in special occasions, it's very powerful. It makes you stop. You have to stop and pay attention. And I really appreciate how you said to go in the bathroom because not everyone's going to like your oil because smell is so public.
Mm-hmm.
If you put something on yourself and someone 2 cubicles over doesn't like it, it's not good. Like,
Yeah.
and I just want to bring this up. I've trained my spouse over the years. We'll go to dinner now, and if someone comes into a restaurant with too much cologne on, the two of us just go like, "Oh, like you're ruining my dinner because I'm
Mm.
tasting your perfume." So to keep really mindful, like the roller ball or keeping it intimate, is very powerful for you, and it's respectful of other people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but direct palm inhalation is really nice. And I'm a huge fan of the cotton pad.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, or a tissue or something like that, because always putting essential oils on ourselves, you can start to actually notice you get dry, you could get irritation start to happen, you can start to sensitize yourself to the oil. If you were to put geranium oil on your palm every day for a year, your body might start to say, no, stop that. So a go around is smell from the bottle too. But I like to tell my students and clients, liberate the oil, put one drop on a cotton pad on a tissue. Oh, I have a story for you. I hope you love this. This
Yeah.
weekend, I was out east on Long Island, and there's a woman I know who owns a nursery. And we worked together before, and she hasn't had her period in 7 years. She's been pregnant 4 times, breastfeeding. I had tarragon with me. Tarragon is very potent. It's known to bring on the menstrual cycle.
Mm.
Same with other oils too, several other oils. I gave her one drop on a cotton pad. She
Mm-hmm.
had it all day with smelling it. She sent me a text the next day. She said, Amy, I got my period.
Oh my goodness.
It's
Wow.
powerful stuff. So it's essential oils are really serious, and it's just being really mindful of that serious nature. But I'm stressing. I gave her a tissue with the oil, and she put it on her lip. She took the tissue and rubbed her lip. I was like, "Don't do that." But I'm just powerful, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, so smelling is it's more than just smell.
Yeah. I think people often forget that. I think it's one of our most powerful state associations is smell. Because we automatically remember or feel a certain way depending upon what the smell is making us remember a particular memory, whether we're consciously aware of it or not. Um, like say you bonded with your father on construction sites when you were a kid and he took you there and, you smell sand dust and all of a sudden you feel these warm and fuzzy feelings and you remember times that you spent with your father there on the work site. So stuff like that. Also too, I love doing too is like you can make your own room mists as well with the essential oils, with just water and put some of your favorite essential oils that you like to smell into the water and just spritz it around the room.
Yep.
And there you go, to freshen up your linens, stuff like that. So there's it's endless what you can do with essential oils.
It really is. And I love spritzers for, I just made one for a client to spray, like you said, the room. Instead of putting essential oils in the dryer, because that just goes away, make a linen spray, like you're saying. You could spray your towels or make a sachet. But I love spraying your hair because your hair holds it. Or if you put essential oils instead of topically on you, if you could put some like on the scalp ever so slightly or on the hair, it's going to be with you. So it's like your signature perfume. You're getting the aromatherapy, and it's powerful to have the hair do that.
Yeah, it is. And all these expensive perfumes that us women purchase, it's got so many chemicals in it. I saw a Facebook post a while back, that they spritzed like a really expensive perfume onto like a leaf or something, and the leaf was like eroding as a result of the chemicals that are in this perfume, compared to just using a natural essential oils with water, like making your own, where it doesn't disintegrate like that, right? So, and yet we're spending like those perfumes like can cost $200 to $300
Yes.
for a bottle.
Yeah, botanical perfumery can be very powerful. And I befriended an artist here in the city. Their name is Chokra, and they are from the United Arab Emirates. And they were sharing with me that their family every day, they make their own perfume. They just go into their oil collection and will blend something and then go on the go. It doesn't have to be super complex to make your own signature scent or your own seasonal scent. Like I mentioned before, like it depends on the time of year, my mood, what's happening, right? For what oils should be playing with you. Because this is chemistry at work. This is chemical messengers, these molecules. It's in the chemistry. And one thing I want to touch on with the synthetic perfumes, those are all synthetics. Our body doesn't quite recognize them. And they're lacking the poetry in a real essential oil, because I'm holding basil here. Basil is another one for memory and clarity, like the rosemary, stimulating. It's a very cool plant. But basil could have over 100 chemical constituents in it. And some of those chemical constituents can be in there at 0.01%. But guess what? That's in there for a reason, made by that plant. And that is part of the therapy. Even though it's that tiny kiss, it's a trace. But that is powerful stuff. And you're not getting that with the synthetic perfumes at all.
I love that. Well, thank you so much, Amy, for, showing up on the Happy Being Well podcast and pouring into our audience and educating us and giving us all these wonderful tips and insights into essential oils and aromatherapy. Do you have like anything, where people can find you if they want to learn more? Do you have anything like downloads, an email newsletter? I know you talked about your workshops, but where can people go to, learn more from you?
Thank you for asking and allowing me to share. So please, my website, you can meet plants. I have plant talk videos if you want to geek out with me and see the plants in my garden. I do distill as well, so I have videos to get to learn about that. I have free and pay what you wish classes on nycaromatica.com. But I want to share one of my babies with you and your audience. I have a podcast. It's very niche. It's called Essential Aromatica. And every new moon, I put up an episode called Luna Aroma, and it's based on the seasonal theme of the current moon time. So what's happening seasonally, and I pair an oil, and I take you through a guided aromatic experience. So look for Luna Aroma every new moon of this year, and it's a way to engage with the plants and the oils. So it's a very special project of mine that took me a few years to actually do.
Oh,
Thank you.
wow. Yeah, wow. So all the links will be in the show notes, guys. And what's your website again? I didn't quite get that.
Thank you. NYC Aromatica. YCAROMATICA.
Okay, cool. And when people go on that website, what can they find on their website? Obviously, your bio, your videos, your podcast.
Yeah, like my classes, it's all there, online classes. If you want to learn how to make an herbal infused oil, if you want to learn how to make an aromatherapy spritzer with ideas, I have all sorts of goodies up there. So thank you.
Cool. Awesome, guys. So highly, guys, check that out if you enjoy this conversation, because trust me, there's so much to learn about, ways to use essential oils, and you could really have fun with it and go deep with it. And before you know it, you're making your own deodorants and your own perfumes, and you're having your aromatherapy diffuser in every room. And candles, natural candles are a part of aromatherapy as well, because especially our candles have essential oils in them as well, and all natural wax as well. So again, Amy, thank you so much. And everybody, remember to live happy, being well. And if you enjoyed this podcast episode, subscribe so you don't miss another episode.
If you learned something new or were inspired to live happy being well, please be sure to subscribe to the Happy Being Well podcast so you don't miss an upcoming episode. Also, please feel free to leave a 5-star review, including what you learned or what inspired you in today's episode. This podcast is presented by happybeingwell.com, your online store for natural wellness products, so you can live happy being well. Order your next all-natural essential oil, all-natural face mask, all-natural bath soap, all-natural deodorant, herbal tea, crystals including crystal home decor and kitchen items, irresistible leggings, and much more at happybeingwell.com. Free shipping on all orders within the USA.